Good morning and welcome to Muddy River Mornings. I'm Emma Dulkey.
And I'm Bob Goff. We've got some activity going on in downtown Quincy today. The video we're about to show you was shot just about an hour or so ago as we record this, so we're looking about 7:30-ish. The police, Quincy Police and the FBI with an active situation going on at the Atrium Hotel in Quincy, and we have reporters on the scene, and so these pictures, this video. It is not a drill; it is an active situation, and we will bring you more as we know more. So
that's pretty crazy. Bob had called me and said, was at the office and 6 cop cars just flew by. So I'm going to go see what's going on, and here we are in an active situation. So maybe avoid the area. There are armored vehicles.
Yes, police
FBI.
want you to avoid the area. We were very respectful of the perimeter. Brittany Bowles there now. We'll have more people there as we did. But then be careful and stay clear of that area. And of course, we hope our law enforcement officers are safe there. Yeah. It's not every morning in Quincy you're walking into the office and 4 armored vehicles drive by you. So. No. You don't have to be a Pulitzer Prize winning reporter to say maybe I ought to follow these guys. So, but anyway, lots of stuff though still going on. We're still going to talk a little bit about some of the great things going on this weekend in Quincy, and what do we have on tap?
Well, this weekend, pretty important for the voters out there. We have our alderman races and our mayoral primary between Dan Brink and Mike Trope. And we also have 3rd Ward, 5th Ward, 7th Ward. Yep.
Those we've got all those on the docket. We've had previews of those, all 3 aldermanic races. You can read those all on Muddy River News. And, of course, we also had our interviews that David Adam did with each of the 2 Republican candidates. Of course, the winner of the Republican primary on Tuesday will face independent Linda Moore in the general election on April 1st.
And the aldermen are unchallenged, right? So
yes,
if they win the primary?
I want to just double check and see what the rules are if parties can fill vacancies after the primary, because there's been some changes in that rule over the last couple of years, and so that's we're still checking on that to see if appointments can indeed be made to ballot vacancies.
So we'll keep you guys updated on that.
Absolutely.
Other than that, look what we got here. We are lucky ducks.
Yeah, I needed this morning, no doubt about it. So our friends at Crazy Cakes brought some delicious goodies. What are these?
This is the lemon raspberry muffin, and this one's a little messy, but it is the blueberry French toast muffin, and it smells like French toast in here. Like we ordered it and had some syrup on it, and this looks great. We also have our coffee, of course.
Yes. This
is the cinnamon hazelnut. And then we just have the AM brew for...
And I forgot to put cream in it, but that's fine.
He likes plain coffee, but I like a little flavor in mine. And they have tons of flavors, tons of stuff. They'll also be at the winter farmers market at the poorhouse, and they'll have breakfast sandwiches and sweets from 9 to 1. So
that's on Saturday.
Yes, on Saturday. So that's tomorrow. So go and check that out if you're hungry for breakfast and shopping around.
So, are you calling me basic because I just want the plain coffee?
I was going to say boring, Bob.
Boring?
I was like, I probably shouldn't say that.
You mean like my pizza orders and this? Yeah. So
he will not try fun new things.
I will try fun new things, but there's just sometimes you just go back to the staples, go back to what works. So,
well, that's what we got right now, and let's go check out the Blessing Medical Minute, and we will see you soon.
Since 1985, Hess Auto Agency has been your trusted source for pre-owned vehicles in the tri-state area. Families have experienced the Hess difference for generations and know they'll get the best vehicle buying experience in our region. With an ever-changing inventory, you'll find the right car at the right price. So when you want the best, don't guess. Choose Hess. Hess Auto Agency, 1124 North 24th in Quincy. What kind of shows will you see on Muddy River Gems each month? The same award-winning storytelling from Mark McDonald and crew that you enjoyed for nearly 20 years on PBS. Muddy River Gems with host Mark McDonald. A new episode every month online. from Muddy River News.
Hello, I am Maddie McCartney, Miss Quincy 2025. I am also the granddaughter of two amazing grandfathers. Besides having me in common, these men both live with heart disease. One needed stents and the other had open heart surgery. In honor of our loved ones, join me in these steps to manage heart disease risk. Choose healthy food and drinks. That means a high-fiber, low-fat diet that limits salt, sugar, and alcohol. Doing that helps manage blood pressure, cholesterol, and diabetes risk, and maintains a healthy weight. Talk to your healthcare provider about exercises that is safe for you. Don't smoke, or if you do, work on quitting. And take charge of medical conditions by seeing your healthcare provider regularly and taking any medications as prescribed. For more information, go to the website on your screen. Your heart health is important to you and to those who love you.
Women are exceptional. In the workplace, in the home, in the community, we fill so many roles vital not only to our success, but also the success of those around us. We deserve health care that is as exceptional as we are. Blessing Health meets the varied needs of every woman, from OB/GYN care and breast health to pediatrics for those of us who have little ones in our life. Blessing Health, with you every step of the way.
Hi, I'm Glenn Swick, Designated Managing Broker at Swick Realty. And if you're planning to sell your home, making the right repairs can make all the difference. Let's go over the essential fixes that can help you attract buyers and boost your sales price. First, tackle the basics. Fix leaky faucets, squeaky doors, broken light fixtures. These small issues can give buyers the impression that the home isn't well maintained. Next, consider a fresh coat of paint. Neutral colors brighten spaces and make it easier for buyers to picture themselves living there. Don't forget the outside. Clean up the exterior, touch up peeling paint, and refresh landscaping to boost your curb appeal. Kitchens and bathrooms are big selling points. Fix outdated hardware, recaulk tiles, make sure everything is sparkling clean to impress buyers. These repairs don't have to break the bank, but they can make a huge impact. A well-maintained home tells buyers it's move-in ready. If you're not sure where to start, I'm here to help. Contact me today and let's make your home stand out in the market.
We took a little field trip on Thursday to the Quincy Community Theater, a place that both of us are pretty familiar with, me and watching my children perform and friends perform, and of course QCT is a great time. Emma, of course, has performed numerous shows on that stage, and it was a lot of fun yesterday as we talked to the director of Waitress.
Yes, so you can see our interview coming up. Me and Katrina Plouffe sit down and talk about Waitress.
Let's get to Waitress here at
Waitress!
Community Theater. It's based on a 2007 film, and you're a guest director, so what drew you to this project? Did they reach out? Are you a huge fan of Waitress, or how did that happen?
So I'm a freelance theater director, so I direct wherever anybody wants to offer me a play, right? And Burgundy and Quincy reached out to me and said, hey, we'd like to talk to you about Waitress. I've never directed it before. And that in my career is really fun because often I repeat plays. Yes. I mean, it's just the way the world works. And that's fine too. But to get to tackle a relatively new musical for the first time is just a blast. So yeah, they reached out to me and I found myself in the middle of Illinois winter. Thank you very much.
Because you're from Florida.
I live in Florida,
Sorry.
so yeah. Well, I look at the weather at home every day and just go, oh great, this is great.
Waitress is well known because of the movie, and they turned it into a musical, and Jenna's a strong female lead, so there's a lot of themes that have to do with women and violence, and there's also some intimacy on stage. How do you go about making that safe for the actors and making it maybe palatable for a small town audience like we are here in Quincy?
It's such a great question. So one of the great things about being a theater artist, and I like to call myself a theater maker, is that you know when you need help. And so Quincy Community Theater has been incredibly supportive about hiring an intimacy director. And intimacy direction is relatively new in the American theater. It's especially new in the community theater world. But because more and more people are getting trained, now it is kind of moving out of the Broadway world, out of the regional theater world and the equity world, and it's making its way down into academic theater, high school theater, community theater. And so we will have the help of an intimacy director on those scenes. The way it generally works in a rehearsal process, at least for me, is I will work with the actors right up to the moment where I think someone with those skills needs to step in. So for instance, in the case of Waitress, there's a scene right at this table where there is a pretty direct, violent interaction between Jenna and her husband. So I get Jenna and Earl all the way to that beat. And then they do a placeholder, which in my case is usually a fist bump or a high five, so that we know where that beat happens. And then they will move right on through it in rehearsal. So now when Hadley joins us tomorrow night, she'll do that one place, that one fist bump, high five moment, incorporating my staging. And I'll be with her too, going, this is the tone I'm looking for, this is how far I think we want to take this. Theater is a collaborative art form. There's a billion people in the room that make plays happen. And so adding an intimacy director is just one more layer.
Definitely. And I mean, I think that's, a great decision on Quincy Community Theater's part, on your part. Just, you never want to make anyone feel uncomfortable, and it's so important. And live theater, although it's live, everything is rehearsed, practiced. There should be nothing new happening on stage every night, especially with something like violence or intimacy on stage.
Yep.
And Waitress did really well on Broadway, and it's been performed a lot. How do you think, with this character-driven story, you want to put your own unique kind of stamp on it? Are you focusing more on the direction, or maybe the music?
So I am a text-driven director. And every director has a different way in, a different door, right? Mine is not unique. But I am someone who goes to the words. That is where I live. I've lived there my whole life. As an actress, I was very driven by text. Another director might be driven by the visuals, or the music, or the choreography. I am very driven by what the words are, whether it's lyrics or lines. And so if I had to say my stamp, it's that we are really mining the text. We are really mining the text for the width and the breadth and the depth of the story. Sarah Bareilles' writing is incredibly good, lyric-wise. She's a real storyteller. That's no surprise if you're a fan of Sarah Bareilles' music. And so it's easy to continue the story into the songs, right? And that is something that musicals suffer a bad rap from, right?
Yeah.
Is that people are talking, they're talking, and then it feels like the play stops because we're going to sing now.
Yeah.
That's not Waitress. If you tackle it from a text-driven place, it's just the logical extension of the conversation that's going on, right?
Yes.
And even the lighter-hearted songs are still so character-driven and so story-driven that the story continues to move through the song. And that is, I think, what makes a great musical, is that we're not stopping to sing.
No one's bursting out into song for no reason.
It's not singing in the rain. And there's nothing wrong with singing in the rain. Yeah. Singing in the rain is great fun. But that is a particular style. This is another style, where the world continues to develop through the music. which makes it perfect for me because I love that kind of storytelling.
And also people who maybe are shy of musicals, this is something that they would enjoy because, it's so story driven and the songs make sense with the words.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it appeals to maybe a broader audience that doesn't understand why someone's stopping to tap dance kind of thing. And that's okay too. There are moments in musicals I go, well, I have no idea why we're singing right now, but okay, here we go.
Fun.
Yeah, let's just do it. And so I get that. I think that Quincy is going to recognize itself in this play. I think when you read some of the reviews from the larger cities, like New York and LA and Chicago, there's a little moment where I think, as I'm reading the critics, I think you're missing the point. But that's because you are viewing it through the lens of a modern urban environment. But when you take a play like this and you put it in Quincy, or you put it in Paducah, or you put it in Asheville, you're going to recognize these people. Like, you're going to recognize this small town world and what gives it its character and what shapes it to be a place that isn't Los Angeles and isn't Boston, right? Yeah. And I think that is the charm of bringing a piece like this into a smaller community, is that you're going to recognize you're going to see yourself. Everybody knows a Jenna in Quincy. Everybody knows one.
I think that's a great transition to kind of the final topic I wanted to hit. What do you want people to feel or leave with, as they're experiencing the show, when they go home and talk about it, with their friend or family? Mm-hmm. What do you hope sticks with them?
So, what that question reminds me of is, have you heard of driveway moments? So NPR, the National Public Radio, they are great storytellers. Their news stories are lengthy, and they find stories that speak to us in different ways. And NPR calls them driveway moments, where you're home. You've been listening to NPR all the way home, right? From wherever. And now you're home and you're in the driveway, but you stay in the car till the end of the story, right? I think that what Waitress gives us is in a way our own driveway moment. It's an opportunity to look at a fellow human who's at a fork in the road. And one of the choices is pretty easy on some level, but in the end, not where she deserves to be. Another one is going to require enormous courage. And it's going to also take a village. And we see her poised right there at that fork. And we want her to go that way so bad, right? But we have to give her time to sort it out. And we watch her. And like I said, every town has a Jenna. Every town has a woman who faces decisions like that every single day. And she's got a village. She's got people who love her. She's got other women supporting her and ready to pick up the slack. And she finds that inner strength and she takes that turn. It's really an inspiring moment to watch her do that. Definitely. It comes late in the play, too. It comes really late in the play. So we really see that struggle. And I think you see yourself in that, because every one of us has faced or is going to face that fork in the road. And the one choice that we know we could take that's best is going to require us to dig really deep and do really hard things. So for me, I think it's going away thinking, if Jenna can do it, I can do it.
Well, that's a great, kind of sentiment to leave us with here in our interview. And it's coming up. It's at the end of March, and opening night.
March 14th.
March 14th. Oh, wow. So right there in the middle.
Yes,
of March.
smack dab in the middle. So 3.5 weeks. Yikes.
Yeah. I will be seeing it, and you all should be looking forward to see it too. And I thank you for doing this with us. I had a wonderful conversation.
I enjoyed it too. Thanks, and don't miss it. Don't miss it.
Now, that's just the part where we're talking about Waitress, but you had a much more extensive interview with her.
I think part of this job is meeting such interesting people, and she's had a career of 35 years, 230 productions. So if you want to see the full interview, you can check that out on Muddy River TV, and we'll also be, of course, posting the link on our socials. And that is, I think it premieres March 14th.
Yes.
And then you can go the 14th through the 16th or the 20th through the 23rd of March. So get your tickets. We're lucky to have a community theater here that really cares about the productions and whatnot.
Yeah, and again, it was fun to be on the stage and do the and help Emma out with the interview. All I did was hold the camera. She did all the work. So.
But that's important too.
Thank you.
We had some shows going on this week. MRN this week with Trey Lindsay and Lincoln Days.
Yeah, that's going on Saturday. You can still get your tickets. You can get your tickets at the door for the Lewis County GOP fundraising event. Trey Lindsay's a Lewis County native who's also a member of SEAL Team 6, and I had an interview with him on Muddy River News this week, and just a fascinating guy. And again, you can't say enough about those people who put their lives on the line for us. So.
Yeah, speaking of, that thing going on this morning.
Yeah, in case you, earlier we reported and talked about the situation going on in the atrium. We'll update you throughout the day. Stay with Muddy River News throughout the day to keep you informed of the latest. So
we also have our business spotlight. That's Ben Robinson with Playable Guitars.
Oh my gosh, wow. This was such a great interview Ron had with this gentleman who builds his own guitars, and they're just electric guitars. They are beautiful. He shows off some of them. Really cool.
That's something that I think I would watch.
Yeah, no, it's a good one. So, yeah.
All right, Matt Shuckman with sports.
Well, happy Friday morning, Muddy Buddies. Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Shuckman here, getting prepped for the weekend. It's not quite as busy as you would think. It's this late in February. A lot of teams are gearing up for the start of postseason play on the boys' side next week. Illinois Regionals get started on Monday with quarterfinal action. Missouri Districts get started next week as well. So we'll have wall-to-wall coverage of everything going on. This week, we've been all over the place trying to get you the best coverage we could of the Illinois Girls Regionals. We had one team advance to the sectional. That was Quincy Notre Dame with a victory over Springfield on Thursday night in the Jacksonville Regional. The Raiders will await to see who they play in next week's Chatham-Glenwood sectional. Tonight, we have two teams vying for regional championships. Central Southeastern will be taking on Petersburg-Porter at the Illini West Regional in Class 2A, and Quincy High School travels down to the Class 4A Granite City Regional to take on state-ranked Alton. We'll see if either one of those teams can keep their seasons alive and head into next week where sectional play continues on Tuesday and Thursday for the Illinois girls. Going on this weekend on the college scene, Quincy University will be at home on Saturday, men and women for basketball, taking on Maryville. It will be the 75th anniversary celebration of Memorial Gym / Pepsi Arena. So I know the school's got some stuff planned for this weekend, so we'll see what all goes on out there. The QU women are rolling right now. They head into this weekend in second place in the GLVC, 21-5 overall, 15 straight wins. Incredible turnaround for Courtney Boyd and her crew. It's been a lot of fun to see. We also have state wrestling going on in Illinois. 3 wrestlers are in the wrestlebacks. Quincy Notre Dame's Ryan Darnell, Illini West Sean Watkins Jr., and Pittsfield's Tucker Cook. Darnell was the only one to win his opening round match on Thursday. He then lost to the number 1 overall seed, Drake Champlain of East Alton Wood River. So we'll see if Darnell, he's 2 wins away from getting a top 6 finish, getting on the podium and earning a state medal. So we'll see if he can pull that off this weekend. We've got a lot of other stuff going on, college baseball, college lacrosse, again, college basketball, a lot of college stuff going on this weekend. Not as much on the high school scene as we hit postseason play. But we did have the junior high teams as well. We had 3 teams advance to the Final Four on Thursday night. Quincy Junior High School and Camp Point Central both finished as state runner-ups. And Augusta Southeastern finished in 4th place. So you can find that stuff at muddyriversports.com. And again, we'll have you updated on everything we got going on. You can check out the postseason scoreboard and all of our stories and photo galleries from the postseason as we get moving forward. So make sure you check out MuddyRiverSports.com. Have a great weekend, and we'll bring you as much as we can on the postseason play as we move forward.
Muddy River Engraving has been fantastic to work with, especially when I need something last minute, quickly. Andrew has just been fantastic to get me everything I need in a very quick, effective manner.
We work in a fast-paced industry, so for us, the fact that he personally delivers to it, that's one of the best things, and always comes through ahead of schedule.
What do I love about Muddy River Engraving? I love that Andrew supports the businesses that work with him. We'll see him in here almost every week, and that's nice that, you know, two people are helping each other out, pushing each other's product.
What kind of shows will you see on Muddy River Gems each month? The same award-winning storytelling from Mark McDonald and crew that you enjoyed for nearly 20 years on PBS. Muddy River Gems with host Mark McDonald. A new episode every month online from Muddy River News. Since 1985, Hess Auto Agency has been your trusted source for pre-owned vehicles in the tri-state area. Families have experienced the Hess difference for generations and know they'll get the best vehicle buying experience in our region. With an ever-changing inventory, you'll find the right car at the right price. So when you want the best, don't guess. Choose Hess. Hess Auto Agency, 1124 North 24th in Quincy.
Welcome back, everyone. We got some good stuff going on this weekend. Hannibal Eagle Days. I actually saw a bald eagle the other day, and it was really cool.
This is the type of weather that really attracts them. Mm-hmm. So I think the people who are the bird watchers along the Mississippi this season have been pleased because they've been plentiful. That's for sure.
Yeah. Also, don't forget to vote in the primary alderman races and the mayoral primary, and of course, then there'll be the election. Whoever wins this primary between Dan Brink, Mike Trope, face off against Linda Moore, and it is National Sticky Bun Day. We're pretty close here with our
These
muffins.
look darn sticky, so.
Yeah, they do look darn sticky.
Which one are you taking?
I don't know, I haven't decided yet. They both look good.
Okay, well, I'm going to defer, give you the first choice.
Should we cut them in half?
We can do that, yeah, okay. Good idea, man, good idea.
And thank a caregiver, because it's National Caregiver Day. So important to our community.
Yeah, definitely. We any of them, whether you're working in one of the nursing homes or at a hospital or a clinic or whatever, people who just are very selfless and give everything they can to help others. It's a very noble profession.
Indeed. Well, we'll see you soon.